Welcome back to the Swamp Revival Show. As always, with me is Emma Grace King.
Sweet tea. I can't do
Butterbean.
Lemonade.
Shrimp.
Grape soda.
Mullet dip.
Crawfish.
Swamp cabbage.
Gumbo.
Sweet tea.
Squirrel.
Turkey.
Frog legs.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Revival, and we are glad you're going to join us on this evening, this afternoon, whatever it is right now. Sun's still up, time's changed, so it's still this afternoon as far as I'm concerned. But with me, back after a long hiatus, is Emma Grace King.
Hey y'all.
And glad to have you back. It's kind of been wanting. I've been wanting to do this, but it ain't no fun without her. So
Yeah.
where you been?
Well, I had an ear infection that turned bad and ended up having a busted eardrum and loss of hearing, and it was just
What?
a whole
What?
it was just a whole ordeal. But I'm finally back and better, and
We're glad to have you back.
yeah,
So anyway,
I finally have my hearing back.
You got it all back?
Yeah, I still have a ringing in my ear,
Yeah.
and stuff sounds muffled,
Yeah.
but it's back. I can hear out my ear, so
Cool.
that's all I care about.
That's a good deal.
Yep.
So what you been up to besides that?
Working,
Working.
yeah,
Working person.
working, going to the gym.
Going to the gym.
That's pretty much all my life consists of.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Oh, I was at, recovering from my little hand surgery. That's about it. Doing a little hunting.
Yeah?
Yeah,
How's that going for you?
went pretty good.
Yeah, well, tell us about it.
Well, I guess we can tell that story, I reckon.
Don't be modest.
Well, this is how it went down. No, I've never on purpose went turkey hunted. And I think I did a couple little reels and clips here and there about me sighting in my shotgun and trying to find what ammo it shot best and what choke I'm going to use. And I had a bunch of targets like that. I posted everywhere like I really am a big time hunter or something, turkey hunter. But no, never really done it on purpose. But I did get my shotgun where it was doing what I wanted to do. And actually made me some turkey calls, my own. Little slate call there, made a couple others, and went out there. And every morning I'd go out there, out there in the yard, and I'd call because there's some woods over there behind us and the creek's behind us, and I'd hear a gobbler out there answer back. So that was like 2 or 3 days before. So
at least you know. At least you know you're doing something right.
yeah, I mean, I was talking to him. He was talking back. So I mean, everything was going good. And so I got, I think it was wasn't opening day. It had to been the next day. I'm trying to remember what day it was. I couldn't hunt that morning.
It was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yep.
I couldn't hunt that morning, so I'm going to hunt that afternoon. So I went out there to the edge of those woods and where I'd seen some hens coming out. And I built me a little blind, got my camouflage on, my gun, set some decoys out, and I sat there. And the sand gnats were wearing me out.
Yeah.
I hate sand gnats. I hate them with a passion. My forehead looked like I've been shot with birdshot.
It warmed up a little bit and they're coming back worse
Oh my
than they've ever been.
So I was sitting there in my little hide I'd built, and I'd on my call, and before long a little hen popped out right there. She was feeding around the edge of that pasture. And she kind of went off, and I texted a buddy of mine at church. He turkey hunts and guides them and all that. So I had me a hen come out. He said, well, keep sitting there, and he said, hit that call about every, 20 minutes or so. And 20 minutes, romp, 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 romp. But she fed on back into the woods, and before long, another hen come out. I texted him, there's another hen come out. And he said, hit that call again. So I worked on that call a little bit, you know, and he said, I got gobblers close by. And I hit that call a couple more times, and I was still in the middle of texting him when that sucker popped his head out of the woods, and I about peed my pants. I'm like, holy crud, there he is right there. You know, that old pretty blue and red colored head popped out. He come out of there, and he blowed up, you know, how like that, and he saw that little gobbler decoy, and he went straight to it. I'm talking about, and pounced on it and tore it to pieces. I mean, he had it drove in the ground. And I should have been recording it, but I was so amazed that the turkey come out I could shoot. So soon he got tired of that for a minute. He stopped and looked up, and I just pulled the trigger on him, and he just graveyard dead right there. He kicked about one time, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. He had a beard about that long.
Daggone.
His spurs they were about 3/4 of an inch, but it was fun. It was fun. I got his tail all right here. I've been working on, got it all fanned out there, curing it and all that. It's right there. I can't hold it up, or I'd show you, but it's right here on the other table. Right here.
I'm glad you got one.
Yeah, I was tickled to death. You know, I mean, that's the first time, like on purpose, actually going and hunting for one.
Yeah.
And not trying to run one down on the road or in the ditch or something like that, you know. But it was pretty cool. It was fun. I used, if y'all ain't never used this ammo right here, 4D ammo in Chiefland. And I've been seeing a lot of pictures of people in this area have been using these shells that Jesse Durrance is loading. 12 gauge, 3-inch TSS 9-shot. And these things will knock them for a loop. I'm going to tell you that right now. It will drive them in the dirt. But check them out. They got a Facebook page, 4D Ammo in Chiefland. And they're reasonably priced with all the other TSS shells. Maybe a little cheaper. But check them out. They will do the job, that's for sure. They will do the job. That's all you can ask for. But anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Maybe I'll get this fan all dried out and get it on a little plaque, you know.
Make it all purty.
Make it pretty and hang the beard off of it and stick it on the wall back here.
You can finally replace the target.
I can replace the target with
an actual turkey.
Target with an actual turkey right there.
Oh.
But anyway, y'all check them out though. Jesse's doing a good job loading them, and I know people used them last year. This year's the first time I heard about them, and
where'd you hear about them at?
Boy at church. They were telling me, Colton Johnston, actually, he was on the last episode. Mm-hmm. They were telling me they shot one last year about 65, 70 yards with them shells. And I said, well, I'm going to some of them shells because I've been trying all kinds of different shells in that gun, and, you know, trying to stay away from the TSS stuff because it's a little more expensive, and I'm trying to go cheap.
Yeah.
You know, got to count the cost, you know. Mm-hmm. Is that bird worth all that money you spend?
Yeah.
But I bought a box, and it patterned the best with those. And they got some power behind them. So.
You went to a little expo.
Yeah, I went to a turkey expo. I sure
Tell
did.
us about that.
It was at Prescription Outdoors in Chiefland. Went up there. Big time turkey hunting, and big time turkey hunter I am. I went and checked out the expo.
Yeah.
That was before I was a turkey. I'm not even a turkey hunter now. I don't even have a clue what I'm doing. I just got lucky. Well, they say a blind sow finds an acorn every now and then. But yeah, Turkey Expo is pretty cool. A lot of guys there that builds turkey calls and stuff like that. It's kind of where I picked up my idea. I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna try to build me some because it's just something to do.
So stay tuned.
So stay tuned because we're gonna have some Swamp Revival turkey calls maybe to give away.
Maybe some merch.
But I got that same guy I talked to at church. He's trying some out right now. One of my calls out there. So we'll see how it does. He seemed to like it, like the way it sounded. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do them up and get them engraved. So
That'll be nice.
Probably by next year may have something.
By next year.
Yeah. But I like piddling and stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yep. So what about you? Oh yeah, we went a little while ago.
We just went
yeah,
sad a little while ago.
I forgot we just went a little while ago and sat.
No luck.
No luck, but she saw one yesterday down there, and so we went back this evening, took out some decoys, and sat there and buried up in the cabbage trees, and had an armadillo come to us. So he crossed the whole field, across that whole field,
came straight to us,
and got right between my feet. I'll post a picture of it when I do the video. He was sitting right between my feet. Don't make no sense. Then he left and he went over to the decoys and piddled around and he went on. So
that's all we saw.
If we was killing armadillos, we'd have got him.
Yeah.
But so tell us something good with you, Emma Grace. I am done talking for today.
Okay, good with me. Well, my new position where I work it was a rocky start, but it's getting better. And
what are you doing?
I am teaching first grade.
Good Lord. Poor kids.
First grade. Hey. Poor kids. Poor me.
You can't hardly count. Right?
Oh, okay. But now I'm getting to help them learn, and I get to teach them about Jesus, and it's really fun. We've been learning about Moses and where he came from and how he got into Egypt and stuff like that. And today we read.
That's what I've been preaching on.
I know, it's kind of cool.
At church.
But we read about how when he killed the Egyptian, he fled for 40 years. He was out in the desert, living out in the desert, and that's where he found his wife and had kids. And then how God came to him through a burning bush. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I saw a burning bush out there in the desert, I figured I'd listen to it too. And God told him to go back to Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let his people go. And it's just cool how God lined up his life for all that to happen. Like when his mom put it in the basket and Pharaoh's daughter found him, how he was put in his own person.
You must have been listening to my sermons.
Well, I was also reading my devotion to my kids.
You should. It sounds like my sermon, word for word. You must have been listening this time.
I do. I take notes. I always listen. But how God put an Israelite in the palace where Pharaoh lived, which is crazy. But it's just, I've been thinking about how he freed the Israelites from Egypt and they walked across the Red Sea and stuff like that. But what gets me is how they wandered in the desert before they got to the promised land. And I feel like a lot of us do that in our lives. We wander and wander. And, I mean, there finally comes a point in time where we find God. But it's just, I'm glad I've started to get deeper into my relationship with God. But I hate that it's taken this long.
You hate the wandering.
I hate the wandering. And there's a song by my favorite artist, Josiah Queen. It's called My Promised Land.
Oh my gosh. I gotta hear about him again.
But it says, "You are my everything. My promised land is you." God promised the Israelites the promised land where they could live and multiply. And they wandered around and started worshiping other gods. And why don't they just listen to God? Like, hello, he's given you land to live in. Why don't you just listen to him? Yeah. But when I listen to the song, my promised land is God. And we wander around and try to find satisfaction in other things when our promised land is God. We just have to turn to him and have a relationship with him.
All right. I wasted many years wandering. But there's always, it's always...
There's always a reason behind it, though, too.
Yeah.
Because he has a plan for us.
Yeah. He lets us sometimes do that wandering to get us where he needs us.
Exactly, yeah.
To get us to a point of...
surrender.
Complete surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how much it costs to hunt. Because I was thinking about the price of them shells and a gun. I mean, back in the old days, it used to be They didn't wear camo back in the old days. They just went out in jeans and a t-shirt or a flannel shirt over it, and old double barrel shotguns and paper shells. But I think of how much money you put into hunting these days, and is it worth it? You put in these thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to kill a deer.
Yeah.
I mean,
in the end, is it truly worth it?
Is it truly worth it? And I thought about, yes, it is worth it. It's worth it because I get to spend time with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I get to spend time out getting what God's created. I get to take game that I can't get anywhere else. I can't go to the store and buy a deer.
Yeah.
And I like to eat venison. I love it. And it's better for you. I don't care nothing about eating turkey. I don't like turkey. I never have cared much for turkey. But I did smoke some of that turkey.
Was it good?
That I killed, and it's good. And I'm gonna fry some too. But you get to have that stuff that God's given us, and it's pretty cool. But now I was thinking about counting the cost. Is it worth it? When you're talking about, all that time wandering out there, and you come to a point where you say, okay, I'm done wandering. I'm going to follow Christ. Well, when you follow Christ, it requires a complete surrender.
Yeah.
All that stuff that kept you occupied everywhere else,
mm-hmm.
and all that time you were wandering, you got to put it behind you, and you got to make a decision. And I was looking at Luke 14, and where Jesus says in verse 27, whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. It says, for which one of you, when he wants to build a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it? That's wise. If you're doing anything, anymore I do it. I'll sit down like your mama wanted a chicken pen. So I've been, poor old crippled me, one-armed out there, had to do her complete flower beds, build her a chicken pen.
We got to bet on this too, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to bet on this chicken business because, I don't know, chicken business is good right now.
But it's small.
Go try to find a chicken. You would never in a million years think a chicken.
It's hard to find a chicken.
And you can't find one, and they're expensive.
$25 a pop.
I'm going to get some tomorrow. $25 a chicken because your mama wants them. But I'm sitting down and counting the cost. It's worth it on them chickens. Because them eggs are expensive. That's what she wants. Get eggs. I'm going to eat them eggs every day, she says. But I'm sitting down and counting the cost on them. I'm counting the cost on building that chicken pen, what I'm going to have in it. Is it going to be worth it? In everything I do anymore, I count the cost. It's like at the church. When we're doing church business, we got to look down and see if this is going to be cost effective.
Yeah.
And it's not that we're in it to make money, but I want to at least break even.
Mm-hmm.
And not lose out, because in the teams at the church, some of the teams, they generate money for the church. Some teams don't at all. And you think, well, people are tithing at the church. Yeah, about 20% of the people tithe, and it's got to carry that whole ministry, So we got to count the cost on everything. And I don't do it as well in my own life, but I should. Do I really need this? Do I really have to have this? Is this going to benefit me in the long run? So as we count the cost, this is what Jesus is saying. He said, following me requires surrender.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. And that might mean losing family members. It might be losing friends. It might be losing the desires you once had or the dreams you once had. He says all that stuff's got to be set here, and follow me has got to be set here, and you got to decide which one is the best and which one's going to be the most beneficial. Jesus is the most beneficial.
Yeah.
Shoot. I gave up everything I am and I have for him, and I get everything he's got. So who wins? I win. He says, for which one of you who wants to build a tower? I don't know who was building towers back then. I don't know why he said tower.
Well, last time I heard somebody building a tower, all the languages got changed.
I know, but I don't know if everybody's building towers back then or what. I would think people are building houses, but he says whoever wants to build a tower does not first sit down and calculate the cost, see if he has enough to complete it. That's wise. says verse 29, otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who observe it will begin to ridicule him. We call him foolish. You idiot. You started this thing, now you can't finish it. That's just plumb foolish. Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. And it says in verse 31, or what king, when he sets out to meet another king in battle, will not first sit down and consider whether he is strong enough with 10,000 men to encounter the one coming against him with 20,000. That's not good odds right there, by the way. 10,000 against 20,000. That's 2-1 on your men. That's not good odds. No. I don't think I'd go with 10,000. Verse 32 says, or else while the other is still far away, he sends a delegate and asks for terms of peace. That'd be the smart thing to do. So then none of you can be my disciple who does not give up all his own possessions. So he says, count the cost. Is it worth it? Is it worth surrendering everything, giving up everything to follow Christ? In my opinion,
yes.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
That makes me think, this is my second week doing it, but I deleted all social media. I deleted Amazon.
Yeah, you're aggravating. I'm like, hey, did you see that on Facebook?
No.
I'm glad you deleted Amazon. That was on my bill.
Look,
you never count the cost on me.
Can I talk?
No, let's finish this Amazon thing up. I'm trying to change the subject.
Well, this is my second week. So last Sunday I started fasting from social media, and then this past Sunday, I downloaded it back, and I was like, I really don't need this. I enjoyed not having it. I enjoyed not thinking I have to keep up with everybody or what's going on. I enjoy not knowing anything, honestly. I mean, it's kind of exciting when somebody comes to you telling you something and you don't already know it. And then those girls that got lost on the kayak or paddleboard.
Yes.
So
that's what we should have talked about.
Well, we can get to it. But I had no idea this is going on because I don't have TV. I don't have social media. And all of a sudden, it's about 9 o'clock at night, and I hear airboat out there going, wow, wow. I'm thinking somebody's out there stuck on the hill or something, or I don't know. And then I hear helicopters coming over the house. I'm like, what is going on? Something bad's going on.
She had no clue them two girls were lost.
No clue. So I get to school the next morning. My mom's like, did you hear about the girls? I'm like, what are you talking about? So, yeah.
That's cool.
But when you give up social media, or it could be something that you're just like you crave, like if it's a certain food, if it's a certain drink, like if I know some people crave sweet tea, they should probably give up. Here's a Sprite. Oh, he got sweet tea today. But when you give up those things, I was spending all my time like consumed by social media, consumed by my phone. Now I don't even need my phone. I mean, yeah, I communicate with people still, like, but I leave my phone everywhere now. I don't need it because I'm not consumed by it, and I'm not consumed by social media. And the more, like, the less that I'm on that, the more I'm in the Word. Like, all these sticky notes are from this past, like, I don't know if you can see them, but they're from this past week. Just me digging deeper into the Word and getting closer to God. But
I don't have anything. I got no sticky notes. All right, well, that's it for tonight. That's it.
That's it.
That's
all, folks.
We're glad you joined us. We're going to try to get over to a friend of mine's place, the Whitetail Woodshed. Yeah. Cool. Check out his taxidermy and stuff. But
and he's got 2 deer of ours right now.
He's got 2 deer. No, not of mine.
One of yours.
Not mine.
One of Mom's.
One of Mom's.
One of mine.
One of Emma's. He's going to be working on. We're going to try to get over there and do something over there. But hey, glad you joined us. Like and subscribe it. Go to see it on where?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you TikTok?
I don't TikTok.
Okay.
She won't see it on none of that.
I won't see it because I don't plan on downloading social media.
All right, well, that's all for tonight. Are you gonna say something?
I thought you were.
I don't know. Why do I gotta carry the whole show?
Because this is Billy Keith
No.
with the co-host Emma Grace King.
No. Emma Grace King's gotta talk. Well, we want to thank our sponsor for tonight, Wolf Brand Chili with no beans. If you've never had Wolf Brand Chili, you need to go to town. Go to Winn-Dixie or Publix. They even have it at Walmart and get you a can. It is the best chili in a can you will ever eat, and it is good on some hot dogs.
The authentic Texas chili.
Authentic Texas chili. No beans. No bull. All right, guys. Oh, that girl ain't right.
Well, that's all, folks.
All right, guys.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy it.
If you want me to talk, you gotta.
I don't know who's doing this.
You gotta close your mouth.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And do you TikTok?
No, I don't TikTok.
Okay. Never mind.
I don't
Scratch TikTok.
No TikToking around here. But anyway, go check out 4D Ammo on Facebook. Go get you some shells from him. You better hurry because he's selling out fast. And if you're in Chiefland, go buy Prescription Outdoors. They got a lot of hunting stuff up there.
Yep.
A lot of cool stuff.
They carry Marshwear, Duck Camp, all the big brands.
Good people.
Yep.
Really good people. And I like them.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
We ending this thing or what?
And cut.